Hey there, it's Jessica. I'm back with another scrapbook process video for you. This time it's with some mixed media and texture paste and lots of stamping. And I'm going to start off by going in with some Distress Oxide sprays. And I pull in my trusty rusty box here. It's actually a box top lid that I use, and I use just a piece of clear transfer paper. This is just some packaging from an old sticker sheet or something. And I spray it on those transfer sheets inside that box top so that I don't make a mess with the sprays everywhere. It just kind of keeps my work area a little bit cleaner, and it works just better for me for cleanup wise. So I'm also going to be fiddling with my camera pretty much this entire video. I'm so sorry about that. I was trying out a different camera and setup, but it doesn't really work out for me very well in the end. So I keep fiddling with it this entire video, and I'm so sorry. Here I just wanted a little bit greener color, so I went in with some Distress Inks, and as you can see, I kind of splotched them on that transfer tape and go in and add some water and smush it in there as well. That one was Evergreen Bough. And then I go in with some texture paste. I'm going to make my own color here. I do this often. It's just an easy, fun way to make your own color texture paste if you don't have all the colors, which I don't. I maybe have less than 10 different colors of texture paste, so I like to just make my own colors. And I go in here with my Heidi Swapp Color Shine in, I guess this one's called Seafoam. So I start by putting some of that in there, but it's very, very shiny and shimmery. So with the Heidi Swapp Color Shines, you get more of the shine itself. It's not very pigmented. So I do go in with some Tim Holtz Distress sprays in Speckled Egg, Mowed Lawn, and then I also add in some faded jeans just to darken it up a little bit and give it kind of a grayish blue hue. So in the end, I add quite a bit of coloring to this to get it exactly where I want, but I do love the color that it turns out. It just adds lots of dimension to my page and just that little something extra. So here I'm just adding it in with the stencil, not being super particular about how perfect this is. I do heat it up just a bit with my heat gun so that I can dry that up just a tad. Then I'm going to go ahead and do some stamping here. I pulled out a bunch of stamps from my stash, and I put my stamp pad underneath just for some cushion there. And I'm going to actually use a couple different inks here. I'm going to use some Distress inks in Tumbled Glass and Evergreen Bough, and also a Close to My Heart black. And then eventually I go in with some Stayzon black as well, just over the mixed media part, because sometimes the inks tend to not dry very fast with Distress inks or regular inks, Stampin' Up, Close to My Heart. I find if I try to stamp those over mixed media, it takes a really long time for them to dry. So if I'm just using black or a color that also comes in Stayzon ink, I tend to pull that out versus my regular inks if I'm using them over any type of mixed media. So I'm just pulling out any stamps that I think will look nice with this layout. I've got some kind of grungy stamps that I'm adding in here, lots of little squares and speckles just to add to the fact. Here's one that I added with some Tumbled Glass Distress ink. You can't really see it in the end, but if you look close enough, you can see it on the layout, but it kind of does blend in. So here I go in with some grid grungy stamps with the Stayzon ink, and that'll dry up pretty fast. And I'm going to bring in these Distress inks again, Distress sprays, and my Heidi Swapp Color Shine again. I'm going to add in some speckles on this because I really love the effect that looks on mixed media. I'm drying them up in between with my paper towel roll. And then here's where I add the black. So I absolutely love this. As soon as I add the black, I really, really love this layout. The black, I think, is what really makes this pop. And that color is Black Soot in the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide Spray. I'm going to set that aside to dry a little bit. I'm going to work with just my photos now. I'm going to pull in some smooth white cardstock and I'm going to mat them. And this paper pad by Jen Hadfield. I just picked this one up. It was on a peachy cheap special deal of the day. And I just love the other things that I have in this line. So I thought, oh, I better grab that up too. And it's perfect for this layout. I love this black and white checkered paper and the little tags in there that I found along the way. This was totally unplanned for this layout. And I was going to punch a hole in this and put some thread through there, but then I remembered I have this cute little palm trim, so I just stapled that right onto the tag. I'm going to use that. I'm going to go ahead and map my photos with some smooth white cardstock. And then I'm just going to start placing all of this on my page. I'm going to cut out a strip of this black and white checkered paper to put behind my photos. And I pulled out just this scrap sheet of little black hearts. It's white paper with little black hearts. It was just in my scraps here on my desk. And I thought that would look super cute, kind of matted behind this checkered paper. So I'm going to use that on there too. I do use my Close to My Heart distresser on the black and white paper. You can use scissors also if you don't have one of those. And I am really loving this layout. Just placing that little heart paper behind the black and white checks. I'm going to put this on my page. I really thought you'd see my head in this shot because I had to stand up to line this up. So thankfully you don't see my head. You would see my messy mom bun. I do notice that you see my little piece of my light there at the very top in the middle. So that's kind of in my shot, but shouldn't be in my future videos. I'm going to go back to my old camera because it just works so much better and has a lot more storage, and the video quality itself is a lot better too. There I'm just putting my tag down. And I'm trying to stash bust a few items I have here, so you'll see me kind of play around with this a little bit. I had that country boy sign in there, but I didn't like the colors of the boy. It didn't really match, so I'm actually just going to put my own letters on there with the black letters on the left. And then these hip kit stickers are the white little branches and leaves. I'm going to add some of those. My camera does cut out at a certain point here, so you do miss a few embellishments that I put on. So my apologies for that, but I think we'll be okay. Again, I went back to my trusty camera, so hopefully that doesn't happen in the future and the quality's a little bit better for everyone. So here's where it cut out and my camera died. And the only thing you really miss is a couple embellishments, and I did add the boy in there under country boy. And I add a little picket fence at the bottom from the little farm stickers that I have laying here. I'm just adding pretty much anything that I can get my hands on here that matches and I can find. I'm not super particular about where things are, but I like randomness, I like clusters, and I like to use all of the things. So here is my finished layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you subscribe to my channel to get alerts for when I post new videos. And thank you so much for watching.